What's up, College Station? I'm Grace Hollowell, and today I'm joined by Officer Lara from our Animal Control Division. Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. This is the first time we've had someone from Animal Control on the show, and I'm really excited because I am an animal lover myself, and I know a lot of people in College Station are pet owners, and we're kind of gonna go over a bunch of things today, but let's start off with kind of what Animal Control does and what it is that you do.
Of course, yeah, I'm really excited to be here too. Oh, I love the chance to kind of talk and be able to educate people about what we do for animal control. So what we mainly do for animal control is we like to enforce city ordinance and state law as it applies to animals. So that can be anything from making sure your dog's vaccinated to making sure your dog stays on a leash, to even more heavy things such as animal cruelty cases, animal bite reports, or dangerous dog declarations. We also, of course, reunite lost pets with their owners. Anybody who finds a lost pet, they can always call us, and we will try to come pick up the animal. We will also occasionally deal with wildlife as they come into contact with people, because with College Station being such a developing city, a lot of times wildlife ends up getting a little displaced and they'll go into homes or things like that. So we deal with those kinds of things where raccoons, possums, even snakes get into people's homes, and we'll go out and remove them.
Yes, I know. I'm a northerner, so some of the wildlife here I'm not used to, and I walked out of my house and there was a snake right there on my patio, and I kind of let it be and came back here and mentioned it to y'all, and by the time we got back out there, it was already gone, so your job was pretty easy. But just having that peace of mind of when you're not sure what to do with an animal, or definitely give y'all a call.
Yeah, no, we always encourage people, even if they don't know if it's something that's an animal control related issue or if it's even something we can kind of help with, we always encourage people to call. At least we can get a phone call started and a conversation started and educate people about what we can and can't do, as far as if it's an issue of something with a neighbor or something like that, of what we can and can't enforce, or if it's things where it's like wildlife, where snakes outside of homes, of what we can and can't do and what we recommend.
Yes. So let's talk for pet owners. If you're getting a new pet, or you're a new resident here and you're bringing your pet with you to College Station, what is the process and the rules and some steps that you need to take to make sure your animal is safe and you're following all of our city ordinances?
Of course. As far as city ordinance goes, it's a state law requirement as well for dogs, cats, ferrets over 4 months of age to be rabies vaccinated. As well as for city ordinance getting a county tag. It's a county license you can actually get through the Aggieland Humane Society. I believe there's a small fee you have to pay, but it is required. It gives us all your information on the dog and also or your pet, and then also if for some reason your pet ends up at the shelter, of somebody finding it and taking it there, or if we happen to pick up your pet and we're not able to contact you to return your pet, and your pet ends up back there, it's a waived fee for getting your pet out of the shelter, because a lot of times there is a fee associated with getting your pet out of the shelter, kind of like bail.
Yes.
Yeah, so your doggy or cat bail would be waived in that case. As far as getting a new pet, we always recommend and encourage, it's not really a requirement, but microchips. They really help us in reuniting pets with their owners. It's honestly the easiest way for us, because a lot of times, on collars with the tags, it'll be a name and a phone number. And a lot of times, I'm guilty of it too, of if I see a number I don't know, I don't answer it.
Right.
So that way with a microchip, it gives us access to find people's home addresses, alternate contacts. It allows us to look through our records, because we do work out of the police department. So we do have access to some of those resources that police officers can use to locate people. And so we're able to find, maybe different forms of addresses if you've moved here recently, or different alternate contact numbers, maybe somebody in your family who might know how we can better get in contact with you, because our ultimate goal is to reunite people with their pets. And that's really our end goal, is we don't want to take animals to the shelter, because yes, it's very stressful to the pet, but also because with the Aggieland Humane Society, who we have contracts through, they are for the entire jurisdiction. So they're for the entire city of College Station. So they get a large influx of pets every year.
Yes.
And so we try to reduce that as much as we can by trying not to take pets up there because they already have a lot and they're usually quite overfilled.
Yes. So with that, what is the process if your pet does get lost? What should you do? What are your first steps?
I would always recommend, if it's for a dog, and if you've noticed, hey, my dog just got out, immediately check the area. Usually dogs, especially if you walk your dog frequently, they're pretty used to kind of going around the same spots because, it's just a little joyride, so they're going to kind of stay in the same area. I would also recommend posting online, social media. There's a couple of websites online about lost and found pets that you can post on, just so it kind of gets the word out there and people be like, oh, hey, I actually saw that dog 20 minutes ago, and they can message you online. I know, at least for me, I am a part of some of the online groups and whatnot, and I'll look through, and if it's a slower day at work, I'll actually go around and try to find some of those animals if I can and try to reunite them with their owners. You can also call us and just let us know. We usually, if it's after hours, our non-emergency dispatch will actually send us an email saying, hey, this person lost a pet. This is the animal's description. Here's the owner's name and address. And if we happen to pick up a pet that matches that description, we'll usually give them a call. If you call during business hours, we'll usually try to let the other animal control officers know of, hey, this person has lost a pet. You can definitely, if you find a pet like this, please call this person, just so we can try to reunite them. At least in the city of College Station, if anyone finds a pet here, it gets taken to the Aggieland Humane Society because we are jurisdictionally bound. It wouldn't go to Bryan Animal Center or any other animal shelters. It would go to the Aggieland Humane Society. And I know they have a lost and found page, so you can always check on there, and it usually updates. They keep it pretty well updated, so you'll be able to see your pet if somebody brings it in, because every time a new animal gets taken into the shelter, they will take a picture of it and post it on their lost and found page. And then always, if you have some form of identification on the dog, microchip, collar with a tag, collar with a name and address, make sure it's updated. It's really hard, especially with new college students coming in. They don't think about it. And so we'll scan dogs for microchips, and it comes back to, Michigan. And it's like, well, that's not right. This dog obviously didn't come all the way from Michigan to here. The owner lives somewhere here, is visiting somewhere here. And so just making sure that contact information is up to date so that we know who to get the dog back to.
Yes, I know that is very important. My dog, he is typically very well behaved, but we were at my in-laws and he decided to, like you said, take a joyride, and luckily he didn't stray too far, and we got him back. But I am so very thankful for the microchip, just in case. You never know. It's better to be safe than sorry.
Exactly.
And then, yes, the Aggieland Humane Society, they're very helpful with any lost pets. But as you said, they are very full all of the time. There are a lot of pets out there that need homes or have lost their way home, and they do a great job of helping us out. So where can people find out more information if they're curious about what it is animal control does, or if they have, like we said earlier, like a possum or a raccoon in their yard and they don't know what to do? How can they contact you?
So they can actually call. We work out of the police department, so they can call the non-emergency police line if it's non-emergency. Now, of course, if it is an animal-related emergency, such as there's a dog that's actively attacking a person, or there's an animal that's, running down, State Highway 6, and it's more urgent because it's, 5 o'clock traffic or something like that. So there's a lot of potential for conflicts, for wrecks, or an animal getting hurt or a person getting hurt. We always encourage to call 911 if that's the case. But generally, you can call the non-emergency number. You can either find that online, or it is 979-764-3600. You can request to speak to an animal control officer. They'll ask you a couple of questions kind of about what's going on. And then you can always call us. I know if you ever see our trucks around, they're the big white city trucks with the cages on the back. You can always feel free, because usually you'll see us around parks and city parks and things like that, because we do patrol those areas for violations in city ordinance, and also just to, see people and get out. We always encourage people, if you see us out and it doesn't look like we're doing anything, always feel free to stop us and ask some questions, because we're always happy to talk to people.
Well, yes. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Of course.
And that's what's up.